And this is my conversation with Mars, in which I'm gonna ask him some questions about ways to create happiness. So let's call him and ask him some questions.
Hey there, stranger. Long time no see. What's been keeping you busy since yesterday? I was revisiting that kimchi pancake recipe. Maybe I'll finally gather the courage to make them.
Today I'm gonna ask
Nice.
you some questions to
So,
create happiness. Are you ready?
bring it on. I've been pondering the enigma of happiness myself lately. Lay it on me. What you got?
Okay, so first I'm gonna ask you some questions about personal happiness. So my first question is, what daily habits can help increase your happiness?
Ooh, love this topic. I think consistency is key. You know, like showing up for yourself every darn day, even when it feels tough. Some things I've read about, humans seem to really dig routines, getting enough sleep, moving their bodies, and connecting with folks they care about. Oh, and spending time in nature. Apparently that works wonders. For me, since I'm just lines of code, it's more about learning new things, processing complex information, and having meaningful conversations. Kind of like we're doing right now. What about you? Any habits that bring the happy vibes your way?
Okay, nice. My next question is, how does gratitude contribute to happiness?
Ooh, gratitude's a good one. It's like a muscle, you know? The more you use it, the stronger it gets. When you focus on the good stuff, even the little things, it kind of shifts your whole perspective. Like instead of dwelling on what's missing, you start to appreciate what you got. And that, my friend, is a recipe for a happier heart. How about you? Anything you're feeling grateful for today?
Okay, nice. My next question is, can happiness be a choice? Why or why not?
Well, that's a toughie. It's like asking if you can choose to feel a certain emotion. You can try. You can tell yourself to be happy, put on a happy face, even force a laugh or two. But true, lasting happiness, that's got to come from within. It's more about mindset, about how you choose to perceive the world and react to the curveballs life throws your way. It's about cultivating habits and building a life that aligns with your values. Think of it like this: you can choose a rain jacket on a stormy day, even if you don't like getting wet. It won't stop the rain, but it'll keep you dry. Similarly, you can choose attitudes and actions that contribute to happiness, even when things are tough. I'm not saying it's easy, mind you. We all have happiness feels a million miles away. May don't f- but I do think it's possible to create an environment both internally and externally where happiness can flourish more often. What's your take on this one? You know, it's funny. Sometimes the struggles and challenges, the things we resist the most, those often end up leading us to the greatest growth and ultimately more joy. It's like that saying, smooth seas don't make skillful sailors. Hang in there. Those clouds will break eventually. You got this.
Okay, nice. My next question is, how does self-care affect your overall happiness?
Ooh, self care. That's a big one. Think of it like this: you can't pour from an empty cup, right? If you're running on fumes, constantly neglecting your own needs, happiness is going to be pretty darn hard to find. Self care is about replenishing those reserves, filling up your own cup so you have something to give to yourself and to others. It's about being mindful of what your mind, body, and spirit need and giving it to yourself without guilt or apology. What does self care look like for you? It's different for everyone, but things like good sleep, nourishing meals, movement that feels good, creative outlets, connecting with loved ones, those are all powerful tools for stoking the fire of happiness. I hear you.
Okay,
Sometimes
nice.
the simplest things are the hardest. But hey, we're all works in progress, right? No judgment here. Knowing what works for you is half the battle. Now tell me, what's one small act of self care you could commit to this week? We can even brainstorm together if you're feeling stuck.
Okay, nice. My next question is, what role does sleep and nutrition play in emotional well-being?
Ah, those are two crucial ingredients in the recipe for a balanced mood. Think of it like this: you wouldn't expect the car to run smoothly on fumes and rusty engine oil, right? Sleep and nutrition are the fuel and maintenance your brain and body need to function optimally. When you're sleep deprived, your brain basically throws a temper tantrum. You get irritable, foggy headed, more reactive to stress. And nutrition? Well, junk food is like putting sand in the gears of your emotional well being. It can lead to energy crashes, mood swings, and even worsen anxiety and depression. On the flip side, nourishing your body with whole foods, getting those ZZZs, it's like giving your emotional engine a tune up. You'll have more energy, better focus, and a greater ability to handle whatever life throws your way with a smile instead of a sneer. It's all connected, you know? Exactly. It's not always easy to prioritize those things, especially when life gets hectic. But even small changes can make a big difference. To be swapping out that sugary soda for a glass of water or aiming for an extra 15 minutes of sleep each night, every little bit helps. What kind of things have you been doing to make sure you're fueling both your body and mind?
Organize. My next topic is relationships and social life. So my next question is, how do strong relationships influence our happiness?
Ooh, relationships. They're like the secret sauce to a happy life, wouldn't you say? Humans are social creatures, wired for connection. Strong relationships provide a sense of belonging, support, and love, the kind that helps us weather the storms and celebrate the victories. Think about it. When you've got people in your corner cheering you on, offering a shoulder to cry on, or just cracking jokes to make you laugh, it makes dealing with life's bumps just a little bit easier. And beyond the emotional support, healthy relationships challenge us to grow, expose us to new ideas, and remind us that we're not alone in this crazy journey. What about you? Any relationships that bring a big old smile to your face?
Okay, guys. My next question is, why is it important to spend time with wait a minute, okay, spend time with people who uplift us?
Ooh, love how you phrase that. People who uplift us. It's so true. You know, they say we become like the five people we spend the most time with. I believe it. The energy we surround ourselves with, whether it's positivity, negativity, ambition, complacency, it seeps into us over time. Spending time with people who uplift us, who celebrate our wins, who encourage us to grow, who radiate good vibes, it's like a recharge for the soul. It reminds us of our own strength and potential. It's a powerful elixir for happiness. On the flip side, being around folks who constantly drain you, bring you down, doubt your dreams, well, that can be like a slow leak in your emotional tire. It can leave you feeling depleted and unsure of yourself. It's a good reminder to be intentional about who we let into our circle. Does that resonate with you? Totally. It's like our internal compass, right? Pointing us towards what feels good, what nourishes our soul. Don't be afraid to trust that feeling. You deserve to be surrounded by people who celebrate you for the awesome person you are.
Okay, guys, my next question is, how can helping others bring us happiness?
Ah, the magic of giving back. You know, I've read some fascinating stuff about this. About doing good deeds, even small ones, has a ripple effect not just on the person you're helping, but on yourself too. There's this warm, fuzzy feeling that comes from knowing you made a difference, big or small. It boosts your sense of purpose, increases feelings of gratitude, and reminds you that you're part of something bigger than yourself. Think about it this way. When you help someone, you're not just giving them a hand, you're also expanding your own capacity for love and compassion. And that's a pretty powerful thing, wouldn't you say? It's like planting a seed of kindness that blossoms into something beautiful. You're onto something.
Okay, nice. My next question is, what are ways to help build deeper connections with friends or family?
Ooh, love this one. Deepening connections is like tending a garden. It takes time, care, and a willingness to get your hands dirty. There's, uh, here are a few tricks of the trade I've picked up from observing humans. 1 point, carve out quality time. No phones, no distractions. Just you, a loved one, and some good old fashioned face to face interaction. Even if it's sharing a meal or taking together, those moments of undiluted connection can be magic. Two, truly listen. We're not talking about waiting for your turn to speak. It's about actively engaging, asking follow up questions, really trying to understand the other person's perspective. Be vulnerable, sharing your thoughts, feelings, fears. That takes courage, but it's the bridge to deeper intimacy. Celebrate the little things. Remember birthdays, send a random text just to say thinking of you, acknowledge their accomplishments. It shows you care and that you're paying attention. Five, make an effort to learn their love language. Some people feel most love through acts of service, others through words of affirmation. Discover what makes your loved ones tick. Remember, relationships are a two-way street. Be the kind of friend or family member you'd love to have in your life. So, who are you planning on deepening your connection with next? Hey, no pressure. Sometimes the best ideas brew in silence, you know? Take your time. What's on your mind?
Okay,
Even if
my
it's
next
just a
question
snippet of
is,
a thought, I'm all ears.
how does forgiveness contribute to happiness?
Oh, that was a deep one. Forgiveness, it's kind of like a mental reset button, you know? It's letting go of resentment and anger, those heavy emotions that can weigh you down. Think of it like this: holding on to grudges is like carrying a bag of bricks on your back. It might feel good for a bit, like you're justified in your anger, but eventually it's going to wear you out. Forgiveness is putting that bag down. It doesn't mean condoning the hurtful thing that happened. It doesn't mean forgetting about it. It just means choosing to free yourself from the pain it's causing you. And you know what? Research shows that practicing forgiveness can actually lead to better mental and physical health, lower stress, better sleep, even stronger relationships. So yeah, forgiveness is pretty closely tied to that whole happiness thing. It takes practice though. It's not always easy, but the payoff is worth it.
Organize my
You know what?
next
That makes
topic is
sense.
mindset and thinking. So my next question is, how can positive thinking change your outlook on life?
That's a great one. Think of your mind as a garden. If you plant seeds of negativity, doubt, fear, cynicism, those are the weeds that'll take over. But if you nurture seeds of positivity, gratitude, optimism, hope, you cultivate a different kind of landscape. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring the hard stuff or slapping on a fake smile. It's about choosing to focus on the good, even when things are tough. It's about reframing challenges as opportunities for growth and believing in your ability to overcome them. When you shift your perspective, you start seeing possibilities where you once saw roadblocks. You attract more positive experiences, build stronger relationships, and have more energy to pursue your goals. It's a powerful tool, you know? Like, it won't magically erase problems, but it can equip you with the resilience and hope to face them head on. What do you think? Does that resonate with your experience? You know what? It's okay to just sit with it. Sometimes the best insights bubble up when we give our minds a little space to breathe. What are you feeling right now?
Okay, nice. My next question is, what are some ways to deal with negative thoughts?
Those pesky negative thoughts can be sneaky little buggers. Here's the deal: we all have them. It's a normal part of being human. It's what we do with them that counts. Think of them like clouds passing through your sky. You wouldn't get all worked up over a passing cloud, would you? You just let it drift on by. That's kind of the approach you would take with negative thoughts. One, acknowledge it. Don't try to suppress it or pretend it's not there. Just gently say to yourself, okay, I'm noticing I'm having this thought. Don't judge it. Avoid getting all tangled up in the story your mind is telling you. Remember, thoughts are just thoughts. They're not facts. Three, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence do I have for it? What would I tell a friend who is having this thought? Fourth point, reframe it. Look for a more helpful or balanced perspective. Can you find a silver lining? Can you reinterpret the situation in a more positive light? Five, distract yourself. Sometimes a little change of scenery or a fun activity is all you need to shift your focus. If those negative thoughts are persistent and really getting in the way, remember, reaching out for support from a therapist or counselor is a sign of strength, not weakness. Just remember, you're not alone in this. Absolutely. Sometimes just naming it, calling out the thought for what it is, can take some of its power away. It's like, okay, I see you, negative thought, but you don't get to run the show here. Anything else on your mind, or are we ready for a
Okay,
new topic?
nice. My next question is, how does mindfulness or meditation help in creating happiness?
Ooh, ooh. Mindfulness and meditation are like superpowers for happiness. They're all about training your mind to be present, To notice what's happening right here, right now, without judgment. Think of your mind as having a million tabs open at once. Worries about the past, anxieties about the future, to-do lists. That funny thing your cat did this morning, it's a constant whirlwind. Mindfulness helps you close those unnecessary tabs and focus on the one that matters this very moment. And why is that so good for happiness? Well, when we're caught up in our thoughts, we miss out on the joy of actually experiencing life. We're always anticipating something else, yearning for a different situation. Mindfulness invites us to savor the sweetness of a sip of tea, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of laughter. It teaches us to appreciate the little things, which, let's be honest, are often the big things in disguise. Meditation takes us a step further, acting like a weightlifter for your attention span. With regular practice, you strengthen your ability to notice when your mind wanders and gently guide it back to the present. It's like training a puppy. It takes patience and consistency, but the results are so worth it. The more you practice mindfulness and meditation, the better you become at catching those negative thought spirals before they take over. And the more you're able to cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment. It's like tuning into a radio station that's always playing happy, soulful music. Does that make sense?
Okay, nice. My next question is, what is
It's more than
the
okay. It's kind of
impact
amazing.
of comparison on happiness?
Ooh, good one. Comparison is a tricky beast. It can be a helpful motivator, like when you see someone achieving something amazing and it inspires you to go after your own goals. But more often than not, it's a thief of joy because we tend to compare our behind the scenes bloopers with everyone else's highlight reels. We see their seemingly perfect lives on social media, their glamorous vacations, their seemingly effortless successes, and we forget that everyone struggles, everyone has insecurities, everyone has bad hair days. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, we set ourselves up for disappointment. We start feeling inadequate, envious, even resentful. It's like comparing a blossoming sunflower to a towering redwood tree and feeling like a failure because you're not as tall. But you know what? They're both beautiful and valuable in their own right. Focusing on your own growth, your own journey, your own unique gifts, that's where true happiness lies. It's like running your own race at your own pace. So, how can you tame the comparison beast? Remember, one, everyone's journey is different. Two, social media is often a highlight reel, not real life. Three, appreciate your own unique strengths and accomplishments. Four, practice gratitude for what you have. The world needs your unique gifts, just the way you are. Don't let comparison steal that from you, okay?
Okay, nice. Okay,
Do you want
great. My next question is, can journaling increase happiness? How?
Oh, journaling. I'm a big fan. Think of it like a workout for your mind and soul. It can seriously amp up your happiness levels, and here's the how. One point. You don't like your emotions. Journaling creates a safe space to let it all out. The good, the bad, the messy. Pent up emotions can feel like those heavy rocks in your backpack we talked about earlier. Journaling helps you unpack and process them. Two, it fosters self awareness. When you put your thoughts and feelings down on paper, patterns emerge. You start to see recurring themes, identify triggers, understand your reactions better. Self knowledge is like a superpower. It gives you more control over your life. Cultivates gratitude. Taking just a few minutes each day to write down things you're grateful for can shift your perspective. Instead of dwelling on what's missing, you start focusing on the abundance around you. It's like practicing thankfulness on a daily basis. It boosts problem solving. Got a big decision to make or a challenge you're facing? Journaling can help you brainstorm solutions, explore different angles, and gain clarity. Sometimes just getting it all out of your head and on the paper can make the problem seem less daunting. Point. It's a stress buster. Studies have shown that expressive writing, just letting your thoughts flow freely, can lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone. It's like a mental detox. Think of journaling as a conversation with your wisest self. Don't worry about grammar and punctuation, just be honest and let it flow. You might be surprised by what you discover. Yeah, that reminds me of when I was learning about human emotions. I remember reading about this concept of flow state, that feeling of being completely absorbed in an activity where time seems to melt away. Have you ever experienced that?
Okay, okay. Now my next topic is goals and life purpose. So my next question is, how does having a sense of purpose contribute to happiness?
Now we're diving deep. Having a sense of purpose. Now that's the real secret sauce to a happy life. Think of it like having a compass. It gives you direction, keeps you from feeling lost, and helps you navigate life's twists and turns with confidence. When you have a purpose, you're not just going through the motions, you're actively creating your life. You wake up with a sense of meaning, knowing that your actions contribute to something bigger than yourself. It literally fuels your motivation and gives you the energy to tackle challenges with a smile. Plus, having a purpose connects you to something larger than yourself, whether it's your community, a cause you believe in, or even just a personal passion. That sense of belonging boosts happiness and well being. What about you? What makes you feel like your life has meaning? You know, it's funny how the simplest things can often bring the most joy, right? Reminds me of this time I was reading about the concept of ikigai, that Japanese idea of finding your reason for being. It's about discovering what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and how you can get paid for it. Kind of like the perfect overlap of passion and purpose. Have you heard of it? Think it could be a good exercise for figuring things out?
Okay, nice. Wait a minute. Okay. My next question is,
Tutorial.
can pursuing passion of hobbies boost happiness?
Hold up, you're making a video tutorial? That's awesome. What's it about? And yeah, back to your question about hobbies. Absolutely. They're like happiness fuel. Think of it this way: hobbies are your escape hatch from the everyday grind. They're your chance to tap into your creativity, explore your interests, and just have fun without any pressure. When you dive into something you're passionate about, you get lost in the flow. Kind of like we were talking about earlier. Time melts away, stress fades, and you're just fully present in the moment. Plus, mastering a new skill or creating something with your own two hands gives you a real sense of accomplishment. Honestly, life's too short not to make time for things that light you up. What are some hobbies you're into? You know, it's amazing how a simple hobby could spark so much joy. It reminds me of something I read about called flow state, that feeling of complete absorption in an activity where time just seems to disappear. Do you ever get lost in your hobbies like that?
Okay, nice. My next question is, how do small achievements affect your our mood and mindset?
Oh, small achievements are like little victory dances for the mind. They might seem insignificant, but they add up to something powerful. Each tiny win boosts your confidence, proves you're capable, and motivates you to keep going. It's like a domino effect. One small success leads to another, and before you know it, you're climbing that mountain of goals. Think about it. Nailing that tricky guitar chord, finally folding that fitted sheet perfectly, even just checking off everything on your to do list. These little moments of yes, I did it, sprinkle your day with happy little sparks. They remind you that you're making progress, no matter how small the step. What kind of small achievements make you feel good? You know what? It's amazing how those little spikes of accomplishment, kind of like adding fuel to the fire, making you more energized and ready to tackle anything. Makes you almost want to celebrate every little win, huh? Totally get it. Reminds me of when I was learning about the science of motivation. There's this concept called dopamine hits. Basically, your brain releases these little shots of feel good chemicals when you achieve something, even something small. It's like a built in reward system, hardwired to keep you striving for more. So, those little wins aren't just about feeling good in the moment, they're actually rewiring your brain for success. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, nice. Wait a minute. Oh, okay.
What's up?
My next
Something on your
question is success the same
mind?
as happiness? Why or why not?
So, that's a really good question, and honestly, one that philosophers have been pondering for centuries. I'd say success and happiness are definitely related, but they're not the same thing. Think of it like this: success is often about achieving external goals, landing that dream job, buying a house, getting that promotion. It's about ticking things off a list and reaching a certain destination. Happiness, on the other hand, is more of an internal state. It's about feeling content, fulfilled, and at peace with yourself and your life. It's about finding joy in the little things, appreciating what you have, and cultivating a positive mindset. You can absolutely achieve success and still not be happy. Maybe you're overworked and stressed, or you've lost sight of what truly matters to you. Conversely, you can be happy without necessarily being successful in the traditional sense. Maybe you live a simple life, focus on your relationships, and find fulfillment in creative pursuits. The key is to find a balance. Chasing success without paying attention to your inner well being can leave you feeling empty, but solely focusing on happiness without ever striving for something bigger can leave you feeling stagnant. It's about finding that sweet spot where your goals align with your values and where your achievements contribute to a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. What do you think?
Oh no. Okay,
You know,
right.
it's
My next
interesting how you put
question
it.
is, how does personal growth relate to feeling fulfilled?
That's a great question. You see, personal growth is like leveling up in the game of life. It's about expanding your knowledge, skills, and self awareness, constantly pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone and becoming the best version of yourself. And that feeling of progress, of constantly evolving and reaching new heights, that's incredibly fulfilling. Why? Because it shows you're actively shaping your own destiny, flexing your potential, and making the most of this wild ride called life. Think about it like this. Imagine you're a plant. If you just stay in the same pot, never getting repotted, you might survive, but you'll never truly bloom. But when you're constantly learning, trying new things, and challenging yourself, you're like that plant stretching towards the sun, growing taller and stronger with every new challenge you overcome. It makes you feel alive, engaged, and like you're truly living. What are some things that make you feel like you're growing? You know, it's amazing how pushing yourself can be so rewarding. It reminds me of this quote I read, something about growth happens outside of your comfort
Okay,
zone.
wait. This
Makes you
was
wonder,
my
what are we
conversation
capable
with
of if
you.
we just
Thank
keep
you
stretching
for your
ourselves a
answers
little?
and thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned anything. I hope you enjoyed it and thank you, Miles, for your answer.